Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. This is Sean with BlueRidgeSilverhound, and we got another edition of the Monday Market Report for the week ending December 19th, 2021. The last one before Christmas. So, are people kind of taking a step back from the coin market because the big holidays are upon us? No, hold on, my friends. Not exactly. There are a number of coins again this week that just continue to buck the trend of what we normally would expect for, probably some of the most common coins, but yet they're collector favorites. We're going to examine a number of coins today that it doesn't matter what time of the year you're buying or selling these. Expect really active bidding activity wherever you may be, whatever auction site exists. Of course, this week we're looking at great collections, and if you found some of these coins on even heritage auctions or Legend or Stax Bowers, man, these coins will be sought out. They will be found, and people are going to watch them like a hawk until the bidding is all done. And when the dust settles, you're either going to own it or you're going to own it and, feel like you paid a lot of money. But, however, it's worth it. All right, these coins continue to be, again, favorites that will continue to appreciate in value because of what they are. These are truly unique pieces in today's U.S. coin market. All right. All the coins, like I said, are from great collections. If you are looking to sell some premier coins in your collection and you're looking for a fantastic consignment place, Great Collections is it. Check them out, greatcollections.com. Not only do they sell some of the big marquee pieces that is known in today's U.S. numismatics, they also sell a lot of fantastic pieces. If whether or not your deal is registry set building or adding something to your collection, or maybe you are the headhunter that's looking to find pieces as an investment for someone's portfolio, you got it all right here, baby. But yeah, I'm happy to bring this one to you. Not sure if I'm going to have an MMR a week from today, because obviously it's Christmas weekend. Don't know if I'll be in town or out of town. So, let's just assume that this might be the last one for 2 weeks. And you never know, it might be the last one until after the first of the year. But, seeing as how, let's see, Christmas is this coming Saturday, and then a week from Saturday is New Year's. Yeah, I don't know. So this might be the big dog of the year, the last one of the year, of course. But without further ado, let's go ahead and check out these post-1900 modern coins. They're all graded, of course. That's how you're going to realize the most potential when you go to sell these on the marketplace. The cool thing about Great Collections is they can go and grade your coins, and they'll just throw the submission fees on the balance of what they charge you. Whatever that applies. But that's it, guys. Let's go ahead and check out the first set of coins here for today. And we have a pure registry set coin right here. This is a 1989 D Lincoln Memorial Cent. Beautiful looking coin. Of course, these have to be the highest possible graded, highest level, highest echelon of grade when you're putting together a registry set. All right, registry sets again are the compilations of some of the finest graded coins, that you can muster. Not everybody has the deep pockets, but the person that bought this one, I'm sure, has a little bit of money in their wallet. This one right here is an NGC graded example, and this one sold for $1,350. So, like I always tell folks, usually the registry set coins, a lot of them are modern type coins. I don't personally recommend anyone actually investing in these. These are the type of things that if you have the capability, you have the financial, ability to do so, you could send a bunch of these coins to PCGS yourself. Again, it's very risky to grade anything like post 1950 modern type coins. They're just hit or miss. Most of the time, they're more of a miss. But if you're able to knock one out of the park, grade wise, like this one's a 69. With these modern Lincolns, they either have to be a 69 or 70 to be worth its spit. But if you can knock one out of the park, man, it's big money. This one right here realized $1,350. So those are kind of the stakes that are at stake when you're grading these modern coins. Now, of course, I mean, there's no marquee Lincoln cent out there that is most notable to a lot of people other than the 1943 dated steel cents. Now, as you guys know, there was a little bit of a switcheroo by the U.S. Mint. They were trying to ration more of the copper, alloy from their coins. So what they did was they produced a zinc-coated steel composition coin, which to this day has become a perennial favorite among collectors, registry set people, investors, you name it. There's just something about this coin. In spite of the fact that the U.S. Mint had cranked out many hundreds of millions of these coins, spanning all three mints, Philly, Denver, and San Francisco, there's always going to be people that want these coins, especially graded at this level. It's not just a registry set coin, all right? The Mint State 68 Plus is a top flight grade for any one of the three steel cent dates, whether it's 43P, D, or S. However, what makes this one extraordinary is going to be the CAC sticker. I don't see too many 68 pluses with a CAC, but just figure in that because that green sticker exists on that label, that pretty much makes this coin worth probably 2-3x what a standard 68 plus would sell without the sticker. So it's just crazy. This one right here realized $16,987.50. Throw in shipping and you're at a cool 17K really easily. I mean, this is a coin that obviously you're going to pay whatever amount of money it takes to get it to you right away. But nothing's going to change. We've seen strong prices in these particular dates of steel cents from Mint State 67 all the way up to the maximum grade, which I think is 68 plus. I don't think there's a 69. I don't think. But you might prove me wrong if you check it out on the PCGS Pop Reports. But there you go. This is going to be a coin that will continuously live in the hearts and dreams of a lot of collectors, especially at this grade level. I'm pretty sure these things will continue to skyrocket in price. I would be scared to know how much this coin would be, the same very coin, in about 5 to 10 years' time. Only time will tell. Let's see what happens. The next one that we have here is one of your more tougher dates. Now, anything from the 20s is going to be pretty challenging to find in full red. Considering the time, in which these were produced, a lot of the coins came up with mushy strikes. A lot of them generally had a bunch of planchet nicks. I mean, we were talking about the Great Depression age of numismatics, and across all the various denominations that were produced by the U.S. Mint, there's a lot of quality control issues. So this is a 27D right here. This is an incredibly tough date. This one grades out PCGS Mint State 64 plus, and of course it's full red. Looks nothing like the previous two coins, but again, that's all a part of the quality factor from the 1920s employees. This one is also CAC certified. This one can, you can make the argument that this fits in a registry set, or it's purely a type piece for someone that's looking to collect either the Lincoln Cent series or a type set. This one sold for $1,153.12. All right, so here's the other big key date of the Lincoln Cent series. Of course, it's the 1909S. This has the VDB initials on the reverse. That's right here at the bottom of the coin. You guys know this. This coin's been talked about a million times on not only the forum pages, but also on YouTube and everywhere else. What else is new, right? This is the coin that everybody looks to obtain, especially if you're trying to put together a Lincoln Cent series set. And it's quite challenging. None of these coins are cheap, even in the lowest grades. However, this one's an NGC Mint State 64 red brown. I mean, that in itself is a pretty high bar to set when you are collecting the series and into better graded coins. This one is also CAC certified, and this one realized $2,925. See? Expensive stuff. Even if when you get into like VF condition, they're still like $500, $600, $700 coins. So, I mean, there you go. That's why it's a key date. Now, the other key date, not in the Lincoln Cent series, is going to be the final date of the Indian Head series. So this is the outgoing, coin designed by James Longacre. I mean, this thing is iconic. There's really not else that you could really say about this coin that nobody else already knows. It's the 1909 S. Now, this is one of only 2 dates of Indian Head cents with an actual physical mint mark. 1908 was the first date of having a physical mint mark on the coin. You could see it on the reverse right under the wreath here at the K6 position. This one right here is a Mint State 64 red by NGC. As you can tell, we got some NGC coins well represented this week. But this is just a beautiful coin. I mean, full red Indian Head cents in any date is highly coveted and quite scarce. So to see this one on here was a really nice surprise. This one sold for $3,217.50. On to nickels. Now, I've had a few people ask me, well, if I wanted to grade out some of these like newer nickels, we're talking like ultra super new nickels, from this new obverse design from, 2006 to current date, where we have this modified portrait. How much would you expect to earn from a top pop grade specimen? Yeah, that's a great question. And, we don't see a whole lot of them in the market. We do know that the Jefferson nickel series on the registry set side is really well collected. There are a lot of people participating in this activity. So it's bound to be that coins of this date, as new as they are still highly coveted for those registry sets. This one is a Mint State 67 plus. By no surprise, it is full steps like most of them should be. However, this one right here is barely 9 years old. This one managed to sell for $563.62. Keep in mind, this is one of the cleanest specimens I have seen in quite a while, and something you want to keep in mind that keeps this particular short set challenging for some of the top grades are going to be these white milky spots all over the place. These are kind of like water spots, all stemming from the U.S. Mint's usage of their cleaning agents. Okay, so a lot of the coins, you see it on Lincoln Shield cents, you even see them on the quarters, they all suffer from these little white spots all over the place. I mean, it's unsightly, but that's what gives these particular coins an element of challenge. All right, and this one right here is quite a scarce grade, and you got to really be able to stomach the submission fees when you're sending out a number of these. You can't send just one, ladies and gentlemen. That's asinine to think that you could do that and pop the top pop grade on something like that. This is the type of coin that you would need to send dozens of. If you're able to get 1 or 2 back at a top grade, then congratulations. I think you've done well. But all in all, it's going to be a very expensive endeavor if you choose to do this. Now, getting back to what I feel like is the kind of like meat and bones and potatoes of the Jefferson nickel series, it's going to be the 40s and 50s dates. Of course, you guys know these 1950s dated Jefferson nickels. really suffered from bad quality control. The dies weren't maintained and kept up over the years. A lot of them produced some really bad strike doubling, a lot of machine doubling on a lot of coins, die deterioration. And you see that on both the obverse and the reverse of the coin. Another thing to keep in mind is you have a lot of luster loss, all right? Just across the board from, I would say, like 1951 all the way up to like mid-60s. It was a pretty subpar year, very unspectacular as far as eye appeal is concerned. But when you get coins that look like this one is a mid-state 66 plus full steps. This is what registry sets are built around. These are kind of like what I call foundation pieces, foundation coins. This one right here sold for $3,955.50. And here's another one, although when you get into the 40s, the quality gets better. All right, you do see a lot more better, stronger strikes from this decade. This is a 47S. This one is a mid-state 67 full steps example. Nice, beautiful example, which, you know, I would say has kind of like a very light gunmetal toning to it. There are even spots, pockets of that golden russet brown toning on there. This coin wasn't sold for its toning. This is strictly a registry set, trophy. This one right here sold for $3,180.38. And so is this one. Of course, you know, much like the 43 Lincoln we talked about earlier in the show, these wartime silver nickels are going to be kind of like that second tier of coin that is highly identified for, you know, its composition. These are 35% silver manganese alloy coins. Okay, there was a lot more rationing of a certain composition during this time, and that's why they flipped it over to add silver and manganese and, you know, all this weird stuff in there. But that's what makes these particular coins very, very desirable, is that they were truly unique. They're kind of like one-off specialty coins. People love them. You know, they're highly identified with a big event in U.S. history. This one is a 42p, one of the more common dates, but check out the grade. Anything but common. This is an NGC Mid-State 68 5FS, so it has at least 5 full steps. Just a good looking coin, one in which, again, is made for a registry set. This one realized $2,448. And then we do have a couple extremely key day Buffalo nickels. This one is a 1926S. Now, if you're able to spot one of these somewhere in a collection, or good luck trying to cherry pick one from a coin dealer that's raw, this is the key date of the Buffalo Nickel series. This one is a PCGS Mid-State 64. To put it in perspective, this isn't even the top grade. There are 197 examples in a Mid-State 68 just through PCGS alone. There are 29 other coins that grade finer than this one. I believe there's 11 in 64 plus, 14 in 65, and then a few more in 65 plus. So trying to find a decent example that would grade anything higher than this, again, that's kind of like the challenging aspect of it. But, you know, this one right here, even though there are far many more examples that are graded higher, this is not a coin to just simply overlook. This one did sell for $15,187.50. And the same goes for 24. I would say the 24D is okay. You know, it is an earlier dated Buffalo. This is, again, another roaring 20s coin that suffered from quality control issues, although this one looks pretty decent. It's got good luster. You know, it's a tough date. And this is also a Mid-State 65 Plus by NGC. That's also worth mentioning. Just a high-end coin. Again, if you're buying this as a type coin or a registry set coin, you really can't go wrong. The value is pretty much guaranteed, and these are the type of pieces, guys, from a very well collected set that will continue to go up in value. This one sold for $3,487.50. Okay, we got a few dimes in the mix. How about a perfect graded Proof 70 Deep Cameo 1983 Roosevelt dime? Now, as you guys can see on the slab label thingamajig, it does say no S. So this is one of those funny missing mint mark proof coins that you want to find. All right, these have been sold on the secondary market as not only singular coins, much like this one, but people do sell these in the original proof set, which means they don't crack them out. They sell them with the Lincoln, the Jefferson, the half dollar, and so on and so forth. But this one is a proof 70. So what is a perfect graded no S 1983 sells for? Well, this one managed to sell for $4,050. Just a stunner, great cameo frosting. There's really not a whole heck of else more that you want from one of the premier varieties of the modern generation. Now, Mercury's by far and away are some of my favorite coins. Okay, these little 10-cent pieces, have a look all their own that really screams early America, or early 20th century. I mean, we're not going to, stretch it out to when George Washington, had wooden teeth and he chopped down a cherry tree. But as far as like early 20th century pieces, I mean, the Mercury dimes are right up there. They're probably like top 3 of my favorite designs. This one is a 44D, a very common date. Many millions were produced. However, when you find one that is as hammered strike-wise as this one, I mean, it did get full split bands, but it's also a mid-state 68 plus. It has toning. It's got that CAC green bean sticker on there. This thing has a lot of things going for it. It is really, truly, genuinely a white whale of the Mercury Dime series, even though it's a common date. This one sold for $4,837.50. Just a truly magnificent example. And then we have 42 as well represented. Another very common date. I mean, you're not going to have any issues looking for a mid-state raw example. And oftentimes, you can find some with full split bands. This is another one here, graded NGC mid-state 68 plus. It's got the full splits on all of the bands on the fascies on the reverse, so that's what you're looking for. It doesn't have the splashy toning like the previous coin, but that's okay. There's a lot more people that love the blast white look. As long as the stats kind of like hold up to like a really high-end echelon of grade, which this one does hold, it's going to be desirable. This one sold for an even $9,000. That's a lot of money. So if you're able to cherry pick something like this from a coin shop or a coin show and then flip it to the graders, oh man, you might be rewarded with something really huge like this one. All right, well, we got 2 quarters to talk about, and then we are finito, okay, until either 1 or 2 weeks from now. I really can't decide, but how about a 52D Washington quarter? Very common date. Not really anything splashy on the originality toning side, but this is a really nice high-grade example. It's a mid-state 67 with NGC in an original older holder. This one just, it's a good registry set coin, and it's sold for $3,000.38. So, that's a registry set coin, easy to find raw. Not at this grade, of course, but if you needed one for a Washington quarter BU set, which is a very popular set to put together, you could find one for around $10-20. But if you're able to find one and cherry pick an example that's as clean and mark free as this one, you have done well. And then finally, we're going to end it off again on another toner. This is a 44S, another NGC graded just blister bomb with just colors. I mean, toning isn't for everyone, but you got to keep in mind, toning is huge on the secondary market. You must absolutely think twice about dipping a coin like this when it sells for a ton of money compared to just a blast white version. It took many decades for a coin to build up this kind of coloration. So for it to be completely stripped away because you just like blast white is a little bit short-sighted. It's like trading in, $3,000 for $6.25, which is, essentially what you're doing if you did dip something like this. But Mid-State 68 with a star that denotes eye appeal. This is just a beautiful coin. Again, more than likely a registry set trophy piece. This one sold for $4,389.75. If you have toned coins in your collection, keep in mind they are worth grading. You know, if not to keep for yourself, but if you're going to sell them, it would be wise to do so if it has some really nice original coloration on there. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this edition of the Monday Market Report, guys. Fantastic. Just a really fun short report this week. You know, I wanted to remind you guys that we will be on for the, I believe it might be the final live coin Q&A live stream for the year of 2021. We will have a bye week next Monday. But we personally invite you over Monday night. 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern, and then you guys on the Central and Mountain Times, you are in between there. Come check us out. We're going to be giving away a really nice Celestron USB microscope on our final giveaway stream. So it should be a lot of fun. And, you know, come on down. Win yourself a USB scope that has a value of like $110. All courtesy of the live coin Q&A show. It's on YouTube, and that is our channel name, Live Coin Q&A. But aside from that, I want you guys to have a really good week this week. If you're hanging out with family, you know, make it a good one. You know, really not a whole else to really talk about for Christmas week. A lot of people are off, a lot of kids are off, people are checking in with some sports, getting caught up with you know, just various things, and coin collecting is one of them. So we're coming up toward the what I consider to be the end of the busy time of the year for numismatics. I think it's going to carry over into 2022. We got new coins coming out. We have just a bevy of new auctions to talk about. A lot of good stuff. We have the Florida Fun Show. We got the Long Beach sale, which is in February. A lot of big events coming up, and people wait for this time of year to really dig in deep and get some pieces for their collection. But that's going to go ahead and do it. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. It was certainly a pleasure. I love you guys. Thank you for all your views and support. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and everything else I missed. That's going to go ahead and do it. You guys take care, and I'll see you on the next coin video. So long.